Guests, good morning. Welcome to the University of Adelaide's graduation ceremony. This morning's ceremony is for the Faculty of Engineering, Computer and Mathematical Sciences. The ceremony will commence very shortly. The university has a contract photographer to provide photography services during the ceremony. If you do wish to take a photograph, I would ask that you do it discreetly from your seat with the flash off. To maintain the ceremony's sense of occasion, please switch off your mobile phones or turn them to silent. And in the case of emergency, please follow the direction of all of the staff members. The emergency assembly point is on the Goodman Lawns to the western side of Bonython Hall, and the evacuation plan can be found on page 9 of the program. For safety reasons, guests are not to enter the galleries upstairs, and please do not sit on the steps in the balcony area. Thank you and enjoy the ceremony. Graduates and guests, the academic procession is about to enter the hall. We will be singing the national anthem, the words of which are on page 11 of your programs. Please now stand for the academic procession and remain standing for the Australian anthem.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gift of beauty rich and rare. In history's page on every stage, advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. I, Catherine Branson, Chancellor of the University of Adelaide, declare open this congregation convened for the purpose of presenting degrees. Distinguished guests, parents, friends, and most particularly those of you graduating today, welcome to the University of Adelaide's graduation ceremony. Gana Miana, Gana Yata, Nadlu Thambandi. In English, we recognise that we stand on the land of the Kaurna people. We acknowledge the Kaurna people, past and present, the original custodians of the Adelaide Plains, and thus of the land on which the University of Adelaide's campuses are built. We acknowledge their ongoing spiritual connection to this beautiful land. Graduates, your graduation is an event which should bring you great pride and satisfaction. And the University of Adelaide also takes pride in your success, the success that we celebrate today. Graduation Day, I hope, will be an opportunity for you to reflect, to think what it was that brought you here, and to think of the exciting steps that lay ahead of you now that you are graduated. This day may well signal a significant change in the direction of your life. Whatever direction your life takes from here, I feel confident that the knowledge you've gained here, the skills that you've developed, will stand you in good stead. And at the university, we hope this is not just in your professional careers, but in all aspects of your life. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce to you today's graduation orator, Bianca Jennings. Bianca is a partner in the corporate division of the national law firm Piper Aldermans. She specialises in mergers and acquisitions, inbound investment, and corporate governance. She's a law and commerce graduate from this university. She joined Piper Alderman in 2008 as a law clerk, and she was promoted to a partner in 2017. Bianca specialises in advising clients on Australia's foreign investment regime and in obtaining foreign investment approvals. She sits on the Foreign Investment Committee of the Law Council, which is the ministerially approved consultation body for the Foreign Investment Review Board. Over her career, Bianca has also developed particular expertise advising clients in the food, wine and agribusiness sector. She's actively involved in the wine industry, being a board member of the Clare Valley Wine and Grape Association, and she was recently appointed as an independent director to the Ango Family Winemakers Board. We are privileged to hear from Bianca today. Please join me in welcoming her.
Good morning. The Honourable Catherine Branson, ACQC Chancellor, Professor Anton Middleberg, Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Vice President Research, distinguished guests, members of staff, parents, relatives and friends, and most importantly, graduates. I'd like to also start by acknowledging that the land we meet upon today is the traditional land of the Kaurna people, and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. Thank you for the honour and the privilege of being invited to address you all on what is a very special day for everyone present. I myself am a proud alumnus of the University of Adelaide, and I'm so very grateful for the world-class education that I received as a Law and Commerce graduate of this esteemed university. Congratulations to each and every one of you who is graduating today. Today is a pivotal day in your life, a day where you reflect back on what brought you here and your journey along the way, and a day where you look towards the future and set out on making your aspirations a reality. I think today is also a really important day to thank all of the people who have supported you along the way. I have no doubt that your pathway to graduation has included many challenges and many triumphs. The world around us, the way in which we now live our lives, and the way we interact with each other has changed dramatically since the beginning of last year. You being here today has meant that you have had to adapt to doing things very differently and draw upon your commitment and dedication to complete your studies. This makes your already commendable achievements even more remarkable, and for that I congratulate you all. Whatever direction your life takes, the knowledge that you have gained in your studies here at the University of Adelaide will, in my experience, equip you with invaluable life skills. What I found is that it's not just what you learnt throughout your studies, but the process of learning and your experiences that you will draw upon for many years to come. How to respond to challenges, how to adapt to change, how to understand and analyse the world around you and the people that you meet, how to use facts and evidence to draw reasonable conclusions, and how to solve problems. You may not have thought about this in any depth, but these are all invaluable skills that will serve you well in the corporate world. Sitting here today, you may not know exactly what you want to do with your career or where you would like to end up, but that's okay. I have 3-year-old twin boys who always tell me what they want to be when they grow up. And they always ask me, "Mum, what do you want to be when you grow up?" My response to them is always, "I'm still deciding." If you'd asked me where I would be in 15 years at my graduation, I certainly could not have told you that I set out to be where I am today. I would describe my career so far as continually evolving. It has evolved as opportunities have presented themselves, as my experience in certain areas of law and sectors grew, sometimes purely by chance, and as the network of people I work with, work for, or collaborate with has grown. As part of my law clerkship, I worked for a partner who had recently started an agribusiness practice in the firm. The work I was exposed to in this space really interested me, but who would have thought that you could be a lawyer and work in food, wine, and agribusiness? This led to opportunities to then advise foreign investors looking to invest in Australian agribusiness assets. As a corporate and commercial lawyer, in addition to the usual areas of mergers and acquisitions, governance and corporate law advice, I now specialise in foreign investment advice, wine and agribusiness. 3 areas that interest me greatly and challenge me constantly. In building this expertise along the way, I've been invited to sit on a number of boards in the agribusiness sector and now sit on 2 boards in the wine industry and a foreign investment law consultation committee for the Foreign Investment Review Board. Reflecting on all of this, the best advice that I can impart on you today is to take advantage of every opportunity that presents itself and never lose your desire for learning and self-improvement. Sometimes this means stepping out of your comfort zone and forcing yourself to learn new things. Each time you do this, you build on your already impressive knowledge and skill set, and new opportunities will start to present themselves. Opportunities for learning and development, opportunities to form new relationships and to collaborate with like-minded people, and opportunities to forge new paths for your future. More often than not, these opportunities may have not even crossed your mind had you not said yes along the way. The other piece of advice that I wanted to impart on you today is to remember that the biggest opportunity that lies ahead for you now is to make a positive difference on yourself, on your community, and to society. In the corporate world generally, including at Piper Alderman, a much greater emphasis is now being put on people's values, attributes, and cultural fit, which is, in my view, a very positive development. Knowledge and intelligence are not everything, and it goes without saying that you all have that in abundance. As you work your way through whatever career path that you choose, or whatever career path that presents itself, you will be judged along the way on the kind of person that you are. You are all leaders, and as leaders you need to set the tone and hold yourself and others to account. It is important to know what your values are and to stay true to those values. As leaders, you should know what you stand for and what you will stand up for. It might sound obvious, but be honest, be humble, be kind, and be the best person that you can be. You should never underestimate the positive impact that these attributes may have on others. And the way you treat others may well have a material impact on the trajectory of your career. Before I finish, some words of wisdom that others have given me over the years that I wish I had thought about when I was sitting here where you are today. First, be prepared to work hard. You will find that you have more luck and more opportunities will present themselves when you are working hard. Secondly, don't expect too much from yourselves. At times, you will fail. Try to embrace your failures rather than fear them, and use them as an opportunity to inform how you do things in the future. And lastly, listen to others. I've had the opportunity to work with some incredible people over the years, all of whom come from different backgrounds with different challenges, different skill sets, and different outlooks on life. I've learnt so much from observing and listening to others and watching how they interact with those around them. I have drawn on those positive and not so positive observations over the years to identify the type of leader that I want to be and to inform my own ways of working with my colleagues and my clients. You have all been equipped with the finest education from this university and have demonstrated that you can succeed against the odds by graduating here today in unprecedented circumstances. I hope that you can take the learnings and experiences of your time here and use them to make a positive difference. It has been an honour to address you all today. Good luck. I wish you all the very best in your future endeavours, and I congratulate you once again on all of your achievements.
On behalf of the graduates and their families attending today's ceremony, I would like to thank Bianca Jennings for her stimulating and inspiring address. We are honoured that you have taken the time to join us on this special day to share with us your thoughts and experiences. Your words of encouragement and advice are greatly appreciated. They remind us that education places upon each of us an enduring responsibility to make the best possible use of our talents and to contribute to the betterment of society in whatever way we can. Please join me in once again thanking Bianca Jennings.
I will now receive the candidates for degrees. I call on the Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Vice President Research.
Chancellor, I, Professor Anton Mittelberg, Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Vice President Research of the University of Adelaide, certify to you and the whole university that the graduates who will be presented to you have all fulfilled the conditions prescribed for admission to the award for which they are so presented.
I, Catherine Branson, Chancellor of the University of Adelaide, by virtue of the power committed to me by the University, confirm that each graduate is admitted to the rank and privileges of a holder of the award in the University of Adelaide for which they are so presented. I call on the head of the School of Mechanical Engineering, Professor Anthony Zander, to present the graduates.
Chancellor, I, Head of the School of Mechanical Engineering, Professor Anthony Zander, present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Engineering, Computer and Mathematical Sciences. To the honours degree of Bachelor of Engineering, Benjamin Elias Allen. Jason Engelberger. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Finance, Jackie Sarah Aarons. Rhiannon Ashby. Ivan Jacob Bennett. Nicholas Joe Bellato. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Reuben James Bishop. James Boland. Joshua David Bushell. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Stefan Kapocha. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, James Oliver Cartwright. Alexander Lok Fei Chan. Karlok Kao Chan. Sean Kayid Sin Chang. Alistair Matthew Code. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Daniel Colwill. James Robert Corrin. Siddharth Dabru. Gennaro Anthony DeMarco. William Aaron Dent. Naya Teresa Dome. Samuel Thomas George Drown. Callum Robert Johnston Dugwid. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Science, Cooper John Elledge. William Stephen Foster Hall. Jackson Michael Francis. Ross Fraser. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Computer Science, Axel Lorenzo Galvez. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Finance, Elise Stephanie Gamble. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Dion Gamble. Isaac Gersh. Ned Timothy Haji. Joshua Thomas Hasselgrove. Jared William Hayes. Sophie Jean Heath. Charles James Hode. Pung Ho Ho. Yilin Huang. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Rhett Conway Hull. Luke John Hunter. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Thomas Henry Jacquier. Sean Samuel Kelly. Jordan Kildare. Christopher Paul Corbett. Jeremy Neville Krieg. Shunmuga Nathan Lakshmanan. Andy John Lamb. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Imogen Claire Larkham. Jinliang Li. Iyang Li. Aaron Lim. Gangyesen Lu. William George Luckett. Jari Lu. William Edward MacDonald. Chloe Mia McPherson. Thomas James McBride. Alastair Ryan McFarlane. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Sean McGowan. Joshua Thomas McKim. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Science, Andrew William Meldrum. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Michael Ting Fu Kai. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Finance, Lachlan James Newitt. Bao Tien Cao Nguyen. Marceline Katerina Bertine Overduin. David Samuel Parker. Also receiving the Diploma in Languages, Liam Parker. Natasha Sarah Parker. Riak Joel Parsons. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Finance, Jeet Sandip Patel. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Finance, Charles James Negus Patterson. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Jason Ryan Pratt. Tahalahib McCoy Rahman. Thomas David Ralph. Harry Sankey Robinson. Harry Colin Roten. Jibanta Sapkota. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Nadia Danielle Sarunic. Anthony Scarfo. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Alexandra Louise Schutz. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Kenneth Matthew C. Heristo Seretis. Saneen Shazad. Connor Michael Shalley. Lucinda Silvestri. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Science, Space Science and Astrophysics, Taylor Elliott Stanley Simpson. Jacob Luke Size. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Finance, Emiliana Wallace Sulio. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Roisin Sophie Soulsby. Kiran Andrew Sparks. Emily Victoria Spencer. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Samuel Joshua Stody. Jonathan Lee Stevens. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Sean Nicholas Stitt. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, William Kai Tam. Jingwan Tan. Shinyung Tan. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Joshua Daniel Tatton. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Michael Vin Tai Trung. Lawrence Antonio Verby. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Harshil Vinod. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Christian Vudantas. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Thomas Martin Walker. Wentao Wong. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Finance, Ellen Irene Watson. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Christopher Curran Wally. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Finance, Jared Wilcox. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Finance, David Wilson. Reese Peter Wilson. Ethan James Woolford. And also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Finance, Apostolios Paul Zahos. Chancellor, this concludes the graduates from the Faculty of Engineering, Computer and Mathematical Sciences, and for this ceremony.
I'm delighted now to present to you Alex Schutz, who was presented this morning with the honours degree of Bachelor of Engineering. Alex will now give the valedictory address on behalf of the cohort of graduates who are presented with their awards today.
Good morning, everyone. Distinguished guest, the Honourable Catherine Branson, faculty, families and friends, and of course graduates, I'd like to welcome the graduating class of 2020. It is difficult to encapsulate the many feelings and experiences of the last chapter of our lives in a few minutes. After I finished my degree, I wrote a letter to my first-year self with the advice that I wish that I could have heard. I think this letter shows just how much we as a cohort have grown, the experiences we've shared, and the lessons we've learned, the kind that you can't take exams for. Dear first-year me, welcome to university. I know you picked Mechatronic engineering because it had the coolest name, but it turns out you have quite a knack for it. Make sure you come up with an easy explanation of what it is, because not everyone you meet will understand the intersection of MATLAB and tears. My first piece of advice is to make as many friends as you can. These friends will shape the next 5 years of your life. They will be there to support you through thick and thin, to revel in your successes, and share laughter at your failures. You'll be there for them too, and you will help each other become the people that you want to be. Even as these friends come and go, you will feel lucky to have met so many incredible people, and you will remain incredibly appreciative of the impact that they have had on your life. On that note, you'll be very grateful for the many student societies that you become a part of. You'll learn a wealth of new skills, as well as getting the chance to make an impact in areas that you care about. The camaraderie of these groups will be strong. And you can always get a test postponed if enough people complain that the engineering barbecue is on at the same time. As you make it through your time at uni, you will find your sisterhood of other women who have been navigating their way through the male-dominated STEM field. These women will empower you and help you feel less alone as you traverse this untrodden path. Find a mentor. Find several mentors. You will be eternally thankful for the hours these people give to you, offering advice and guidance or a shoulder to lean on. I hope that one day you will be able to mentor another lost soul in return. Take time for yourself and allow yourself to take up space. You will struggle in the next few years. You will struggle with the workload, with your relationships, with who you are and who you want to be. Take them in your stride and use these struggles to propel yourself to where you want to go. Don't get too upset when you fail. When your robot blows up in second year after you stay up 48 hours trying to make it work in time for the competition, remember to laugh about it. And maybe immediately afterwards is not the time to take up drinking spirits. There are many failures that await you in your future, but each of these will teach you an important lesson, and you will gain more from these failures than if you had succeeded. My most important piece of advice is this: watch out for the year 2020. As you enter your final year and start prepping for your honours project, the world will start to shut down. Many projects will get cancelled or significantly rescoped. Everybody will have to adjust rapidly, and many sacrifices will be made. You will treasure the friendships that make it through this rough time, and you will not forget the impacts of the year on everybody's relationships, mental health, and future. This year will be an uphill battle and test your flexibility and resilience. Once you reach the top of that hill, you will face another mountain as you start to navigate the next stage of your life in an incredibly uncertain future. It is a testament to you and your strength that you will make it through that year. And though at times you may buckle, you will not break. I would like to leave you with one final piece of advice. Remember who you were 5 years ago and see how much you have changed. You will change that much in the next 5 years. Do not forget the huge amount of potential that you have, and do not limit yourself to what you can see in front of you. As you build on the knowledge and experiences behind you, the future is yours to take. Yours sincerely, and older and hopefully wiser me.
It now gives me great pleasure to congratulate, as a cohort, all of the graduating students today. Be proud of what you've worked to achieve. But as has been mentioned, remember also to think of those who supported you along the way. It will be your parents, your friends, your colleagues, and also the fine staff of this university. I wish you every success as you enter this new and exciting stage in your life and in your career. As graduates of the University of Adelaide, you are also its alumni and its ambassadors. Over the years since the university was established, its alumni have made enormous contributions throughout the world. You now join this group of more than 147,000 University of Adelaide graduates spread all around the world in 134 countries. We also have 17 global alumni networks and 8 international networks. I hope you'll think of joining one of those alumni networks. I'd like now to thank perhaps the man who carried a heavy burden today, our mace bearer, our valedictorian Alex, and all who assisted in the organisation and running of today's ceremony. Could I now ask all the graduates to remain seated while I ask the rest of the audience to stand and once again join with me in congratulating the graduates on their achievements. Would the audience please remain standing? And graduates, would you now please stand for the academic recession? Once the academic recession has left the hall, we ask our guests to remain where they are until our staff direct them to the exit. I now declare this congregation adjourned.